Hello and welcome to Massive Crit. In this video I want to talk about the missing antenna from the Crane in the Nachmann box set and what you can do to possibly get a replacement. And I want to give a massive shout out to Adam who brought this to my attention. Good form, sir. Without you I wouldn't be where I am now. But without any further ado, away we go. So, what's the crack? As we can see here, the Nachmann box includes a crane, which is probably the most exciting bit of terrain in the box. And we can see this crane in the promo images leading up to the release of the box set and in the photo directly on the back of the box itself. And in all these images we can see this antenna on the back of the crane. This part is not included in the box set, and unfortunately this part seems to be on another sprue that is not included in the set. So why does this matter? With everything that's happening in the world right now, with cost of living crisis and prices rising globally and war crimes being committed in Ukraine, a missing part from a Warhammer set isn't the worst thing to have happened in the last few months. And the crane can still be built, it's just got a noticeable part missing where the part should go, and this could probably be easily fixed with help from a bits box, but it's not really the point. From a consumerist perspective, I just want to give 3 reasons why it matters that this part is missing. Number 1, Warhammer is bloody expensive. GW seems to want to nurture this narrative that Warhammer is a luxury product, and I know there's lots of other cheaper brands out there, and I don't really want to get into the argument of whether it is or isn't a luxury brand, because I don't think it is. But the fact of the matter is, for what Warhammer is, it's bloody expensive, and operating margins for a healthy business are like between 10 and 20%. Yeah, GW is reporting 41%. Reason number 2, Nachmann costs 10% more than Chalnaf. And everybody knows GW's reported the biggest profit margins ever in the middle of a pandemic, and they still decided to increase the prices more than the cost of inflation and just to be shafted with an incomplete model when they could have just absorbed the blow, or at least some of the blow. It just feels really bad. Reason number 3, we should expect the box to contain what it shows on the packaging, and if not, it's all models provided unassembled and unpainted, batteries not included, that kind of thing. Luxury brand or not, GW should be a company that we trust to sell us what is advertised, and in most countries we have hard-won consumer rights to protect us from false advertising. I mean, if I bought something from IKEA and found a part was missing, I would expect them to make it right, same as I expect GW to. So, do I think GW intentionally sold this box without this part? No, I don't think they did it intentionally. I think it was just an oversight, and I don't want to point fingers and cast blame and things like that. I just want to point out the facts that the box set was advertised with this part and it doesn't include it. So, what did I do? I went straight onto Google to start researching Singaporean consumer rights, and within part 3 of the Consumer Protection Fair Trade Act, I found something called a lemon law, which states that a product is defective if it does not correspond with its description. So on the back of Nachmann, it gives a list of the things that it includes and gives visual representations of those things. So, gotcha. I felt informed, empowered, but I didn't want to come off too heavy too soon. So I wrote an email explaining how disappointed I was that after the recent price increase, that all the promotional images leading up to the release and on the back of the box upon release of Nachmann was not what was included in the box, and I asked them what they intended to do to make this right. I was a little apprehensive because under CPFTA, GW could request that I return the box and they would give me a full refund, and I didn't want to return the box. I love the models. Space Eldar Pirates, yes. So I knew I could kind of request the part under this law, or at least request some money off the box if they couldn't give me the part. But then if I refused the refund, I don't know where the law would stand if I refused, and sending me a replacement part wasn't a viable option for them. Response times from the GW website shows 5 working days for email, but on the 4th working day I received a response, and it was apologetic and requesting proof of purchase, which is fair enough. So I kept the receipt in my wallet, so I had that, and I also had the confirmation email from the third party that I bought it from, Blitz Mini. So I sent both of those things over to them. There was a part of me that thought GW would just fire this back at me and be like, well, sorry bro, you need to pursue this complaint through the distributor that you bought the product from. And I was secretly hoping that they would do this to an extent, because then I could whip out the lemon law and just be like, well, actually, as the manufacturer, I have the right to complain directly with you, and you're the one that has to make the resolution. But no, after 3 more working days, I found the response to be sickeningly helpful. Like, to my surprise, the response was that they had shipped out a full box of Sector Mechanicus galvanic servo haulers, recorded delivery with a tracking reference. I thought they were just going to send me the missing part after like an arduous debate of consumer law, which I was kind of hoping for after I sharpened my combat knives, but they sent me a full box of these things, which includes more than what was actually included in the Nachmann box set. So, result. So this is what they sent. So it includes the crane with the missing part, but also those 2 additional thingamajiggies there, and then I still have the additional crane from the box. So cranes all day long. So I'll fix that up with the bits box for the win, and away we go. So I've got to give credit to Games Workshop, because credit is due. Good form, Games Workshop, thank you. They made the whole process painless. They were quick to respond. Well, they responded within their parameters, and the solution that they gave was absolutely great, and it's helped offset the cost of the price increase of Nachmann, so that's absolutely brilliant. So, do GW care? In this instance, I've got to say yes, they do care about their customers. So if you've bought a box of Nachmann and kept the receipt, then I urge you to place your complaint straight away, because at least here in Singapore, under the CPFTA, I can only complain within 3 months of purchase, so there is an expiry date to this kind of action. So I don't know what the different laws are around the world on this, so whichever country you're in, you'll have to check, but place the complaint and you could be a proud owner of galvanic servo haulers too. And with this endeavour, I wish you the very best, and until next time, may you always crit massive.